Almost. Thank you for your patience. We apologize. Our discussion went rather long. I think the objective maybe next month when we have an executive session is to move it to the end of the meeting so that we could start on time. I'm waiting for Mr. Kramer. How's the crowd tonight? Okay. I will point out that Director Pauline is not with us tonight. He's traveling for work, so he was unable to connect. And Raphael is ill. We wish him well. Do we have all our student reporters tonight from all the schools? Okay. Yeah, can I start without Director Kramer? We do have a quorum, so let's begin. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'll call the regular meeting to order, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Lariah and Nancy, would you like to divide and conquer the district mission, vision, and values for us tonight?
Mission statement: educating each student to the highest standards while motivating them to reach their fullest potential and graduating them to be college, career, and life ready.
Our vision statement: our schools are a place where children belong. Each student is known by name, strength, and need, and provided the education opportunities to achieve success.
Our values: striving for equity, inclusion, and belonging, celebrating diversity, engaging in the community, supporting the whole child, promoting and achieving academic excellence.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item 5, board members, you've had a chance to review. Do you have any revisions to the agenda? No, thank you. Public comment on agenda items only. I do not believe we had any sign-ups. So moving on to number 7, building student representative reports. Who's first? Colonel Wright.
Do I have a bike or should I just talk?
Oh, would you like one? I bet you, I don't care. Yeah.
Sorry.
Hello everyone. As finals week comes to an end, students have been dedicated to studying and turning in those last-minute assignments and look forward to a fresh start for trimester 3 on Monday. Spring is here and spring sports are in full swing. This spring we have introduced boys volleyball and girls flag football. Turnouts for both teams have been amazing, and our girls flag football team was fortunate enough to visit a clinic put on by the Seattle Seahawks a few weekends ago. I will have more information on how our teams are doing in the next meeting as we start to compete. As weather warms up, TDHS has been working on enforcing the dress code, fundraising, and supporting seniors during the upcoming graduation season. Next week, we will be having our Tattoo a Teacher fundraiser, where we will be tattooing 30 teachers for under $3. Some more exciting news is we have finally got a credit card reader to make fundraising easier for our school. Last Friday, we had a very successful fly-up day where we welcomed 8th graders to our school. They got to explore the elective choices as well as get a glimpse into their core classes. There has been an amazing opportunity put on for freshmen to travel to Southern California in the summer of 2027. More details to come. The last few weeks have been full of hard work, and our Hawks are looking forward to spring break. Thank you.
Thank you. Amber, right? Yes. Oh, we're starting from the bottom, the Dallas High School. Thank you. All right, well then it's a free-for-all. Who's next? Come on down. You guys are Dry Hollow, right? Okay.
Good evening, board members. Here are some of the highlights from Dry Hollow Elementary this month.
Our student council is currently planning a learning fair for students in grades kindergarten through second grade, which will take place on April 17th. This event will give our younger students for the opportunity to explore engaging learning activities and see projects created by older students. We are excited to see our students take on leadership roles while helping inspire curiosity and learning in our younger grades.
Parent-teacher conferences will be taking place next week. These conferences provide an important opportunity for families and teachers to connect, celebrate student progress, and discuss goals for the remainder of the school year.
Our third grade students will soon be heading to Portland for a field trip to iFly, where they will experience indoor skydiving. This is always an exciting trip that gives students a memorable hands-on experience while learning about science and emotion.
Our word of the month at Dry Hollow is cooperation. Throughout the school, teachers and students are focusing on working together, supporting one another, and building strong classroom communities.
We are also proud of our OBOB team, who recently completed in Gresham. We are very proud of the hard work and dedication they showed while representing Dry Hollow.
For the first time this year, we are planning a 5th grade promotion ceremony to celebrate our students as they transition into middle school. We are excited about this new tradition and will be sharing more details with families soon.
We also recently had an We Are Fun Day, which gave students a chance to celebrate being part of the Dry Hollow community through fun activities in school.
Finally, we had a very successful Read Across America celebration week. Each day we celebrated reading in a different way. Monday was Snuggle Up and Read Day. Tuesday was Reading Brings Color to the World. Wednesday was Read My Shirt Day. Thursday was Reading Jogs the Mind Day. And Friday was Hats Off to Reading Day. It was a fun week that encouraged a love of reading across the entire school.
Before we go, here's a joke for you. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Oh, supplies.
Go ahead.
Thank you for your continued support of Dry Hollow Elementary.
What a riot. So Irie, was the Read My Shirt Day kind of like you have something on your shirt, don't you, Nancy? Just like, or is it like funny jokes? Does anybody have a funny shirt on? Just words on shirts. That's great, because I'm sure there were some funny ones, right? All the states? Okay. Yeah. Did you have to read them? Oh, okay. You just acknowledged that they had a lot of words. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Thank you. That's very clever. Okay, who's next? Yeah, all right. Bring it on. The middle school.
Good evening, school board members and community members. Here is what is happening at TDMS. Our students have earned Wildcat coins for meeting or exceeding their growth goals, as well as earning incentives for GPA, positive behavior, and attendance. We have several planned reward activities next week. On Tuesday, we have a special assembly scheduled to pie staff members in the face and a student versus staff basketball game. Next Friday, we have a special Wildcat Day planned to celebrate the end of trimester 2. Students get to choose fun activities during the last hour of the day. Our 8th graders recently attended a career day at the community college, followed up by the fly-up day at the high school. At the fly-up day, the 8th graders were introduced to the various electives programs. In April, our 8th graders will be forecasting for next year's classes at the high school. Our girls basketball team and our wrestling teams wrapped up their season last week. We have 5 wrestlers who qualified to the state competition on Saturday in Albany. Track will begin after spring break for our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Our ASB-sponsored dance, Blizzard Ball, was a huge success. We also recently held a pep assembly, and we are having a Spring Spirit Week next week. Monday is Summer Vibes, Tuesday is Wear Green for St. Patrick's Day, Wednesday is Decades Day, Thursday is Twin Day, Friday is Favorite Hat Day. Included in our Spirit Week is a leprechaun hunt. Students who find the 2 hidden leprechauns in the hallways earn a reward each day. Our students recently enjoyed a special assembly with Jamar Rue. Jamar Rue is a well-respected speaker known for his engaging and relatable approach to helping students learn how to navigate differences respectfully and thoughtfully. Our students really enjoyed his message. Finally, our students are preparing for state testing for ELA, math, and science soon. Thank you for listening to TDMS updates.
Great. Thank you. I noticed that on the agenda we have you listed as Aubrey White. I wonder if you could share with Renata what your name is, because you seem to be consistently giving the report. Is that your job now?
Yeah.
Okay. Renata, what's... Oh, that's awesome. We'll get you correctly listed, sir. Thank you for bringing the report. Do we have Colonel Wright or Chenoweth?
I have a video from Chenoweth.
Oh, well, let us watch it. Please roll.
Actually, let me hit share screen. So
Can the audience see that, more or less?
Percent of my grade. Hi, my name is Eric Caprice, and I am reporting via video because I'm at the Chenoweth Spring Concert. Because it is 30% of my grade. I'm also wearing this hat. So is Talon because it's Wacky Hat Day. Hi, my name is Talon Richmond and I am at wrestling practice. Staff revised the school gum policy because kids were spitting gum in places it wasn't supposed to be. El personal revisó la política de la escuela sobre el chicle porque los niños lo escupían en lugares donde no debía. Can you guess how many Fridays are left this school year? ¿Puedes adivinar cuántos viernes quedan en este año escolar? There are 10 left. Quedan 10. Oh, Miss Fiss's 4th grade class took a field trip up to CGCC to 3D print Mount Hood sculptures. They were learning about extreme environments in class. La clase de 4º grado de la señora Fish realizó una excursión al CGCC para imprimir en 3D esculturas de Mount Hood. Estaban aprendiendo sobre entornos extremos en clase. Kids are playing with and making new beats with large wood pieces at recess on the little kids' playground. Durante el recreo en el patio de juegos de los niños pequeños, los niños juegan y crean nuevos ritmos con grandes piezas de madera.
Teacher Jocelyn moved into our design lab. Lots of classes are working on projects with her. She is getting a new laser forge. It is very dangerous and satisfying.
Dangerous and satisfying. Very good.
Because it can cut through steel. She's also getting a new 3D printer.
La profesora Jocelyn se mudó a nuestro laboratorio de diseño. Muchas clases están trabajando en proyectos con ella. Recibirá una nueva forja láser. Es muy peligroso y gratificante porque puede cortar acero. También recibirá una nueva impresora 3D.
Last to report, many kids are getting very sick. Please wash your hands, everyone.
We wrote... por último, los niños se están enfermando gravemente. Por favor, lávese las manos.
We wrote this, recorded this, and edited this all by ourselves.
Escribimos, grabamos y editamos estos nosotros mismos.
At Chenoweth, we always say together we are better.
En Chenoweth decimos juntos somos mejores. P.S. There's no real coffee in these cups, see?
Great. Was that a dad cup, Jose? Did he have a dad cup? I think that was a dad cup. Yeah. All right, so we got a gum crisis out at Chenoweth Elementary, so let's just note that. That was great. Please tell the kids that was lovely. Okay, then moving on to number 8. There's no, Colonel Wright's not here, right? Okay. Oh, no report this month, excuse me. Student representatives to the board. Nancy, Lariah?
Good evening. As we close trimester 2 at the Dallas High School, students and staff have been staying very busy and involved in many activities across our school community. Trimester 2 ended today and students have completed their finals. Tomorrow is an in-service day, so our staff has a day to work on grades. Because of this, announcements around the school have been limited to keep students focused during testing. After finals week, students will head into the first week of trimester 3, followed by spring break. We would also like to recognize February's Elsa Youth of the Gorge, Sienna Mondragon. We are so incredibly proud to celebrate her achievements and the positive impact she has made in our community. She will forever be missed. Our career and technical student organizations are doing amazing things. Our HOSA students will be traveling to Portland to compete in the State Leadership Conference, representing TDHS and showcasing their hard work in health science fields. Another exciting update is our very own Kimberly Morales, Evelyn Schechter, and Everest Leonardson from our robotics team have qualified for Worlds. They're going to St. Louis after ranking in 4th in qualifications, 5th in skills, and finishing the night as Oregon State finalists. We are very proud of their dedication and innovation of these seniors. Looking ahead, trimester 3 has now been labeled as senior season. This is the time of year when many seniors are recognized for scholarships, decision day, and of course, graduation. To help celebrate seniors in a more accessible way, leadership is planning to make cute pennants for all seniors, since large banners can sometimes be expensive for all families. Our school is also preparing for a Tattoo a Teacher fundraiser, which many students are excited about. Even Dr. Bernal has volunteered to participate, and so far 32 teachers have agreed to help with the fundraiser, making it a fun and engaging way to support our school programs. Another improvement around campus is that the gym restrooms have recently been renovated, and they now even lock, which has been a much appreciated update for students and staff. Overall, TDHS continues to stay active, supportive, and engaged as we move toward the final trimester of the school year. Thank you for your continued support for our students.
Thank you, Nancy, very much.
As this week has started, we have started our finals week, and our advisory has been weird. We've decided that it will be mixed, so students as of Tuesday have had different advisories going into teachers who may need their help, or going to see teachers who they need help from. And me personally, that's been really beneficial. I think it's been beneficial for all of our students. It's definitely, like, like our students are definitely engaging more this week. It's been very helpful. As of next week, we're going to have our field day, half days, or like half a day. And then we have a field trip coming up, job fair. I myself am attending. Students will go to Portland and look at jobs they may want to go out for, look at things they want to do for their future, looking at colleges and other things. And then we have a field trip coming up. Students will be going to the zoo. That's for any student included. And that's kind of our update. Sorry, I didn't write a script.
Great shooting from the hip, Lorraine. Thank you. Yeah, so it sounds like there's a lot of effort to prepare for the finals by having engagement between students and their teachers, just to clear up anything that they need to get clear on, right? Which does that one-on-one time. Good. Yes, thank you. Okay, so staff reports, please. This is from the D21 Education Association. Kate?
We don't have a report this week.
Oh, thank you. That's great. Okay, and Sonia is no Sonia either. All right, it's spring break already, isn't it? Okay, then moving on to the consent agenda, which contains the licensed employees contract extensions list, renewals, non-renewals, according to ORS 342.815, which is in your packet, and then the virtual work session minutes and regular board meeting minutes, and a personnel report. I have a correction to the virtual work session minutes. We were still crossing paths and understanding on the sentence that contains the word friction. So if we could insert in those minutes the emotional connection and learning, Chair Hagee stated that friction can lead to continuous improvement. No, friction does not lead to continuous improvement. However, investigating friction may lead to continuous improvement. So if we could insert the word investigating before friction, I would appreciate that. Is that okay? Yeah. So you can ignore friction and you will not have continuous improvement, but if you investigate it, you may have continuous improvement. Thank you. So I will entertain a motion to accept it pending that change, the consent agenda. Anyone want to help me out with the motion?
Yeah, I'll move to accept the consent agenda with the revision as noted to the February 12th virtual work session minutes.
Second.
Thank you. So I have a motion to accept the consent agenda with the one correction to the February 12th virtual work session minutes. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote. Please use your microphones. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay, then moving on to new business. Discussion and action items start with item number 1, the North Wasco County School District Budget Committee members. In your, I gave you the wrong thing, but it's the ESD. There is an action item, a board action item, to appoint 3 new budget committee members and extend the terms of 2 others. Is there any comment from staff on doing this?
No real staff. We have 3 new people who are willing to serve, and we needed 5, so I reached out to 2 prior members, and they agreed to serve for another year.
Great. Okay, so this, if we pass this board action, we will keep the 5 intact and move forward. I would like to read it. Is that okay? Okay. So date March 12th today. Action requested, motion to appoint 3 new budget committee members and extend the terms of 2 others. Per ORS 294.414 provides that the budget committee consists of the governing body of the local government and an equal number of electors appointed by the governing body. That would be Dan. The district currently has 5 elector vacancies and has received 3 applications from qualified electors in the district. 2 electors whose terms have expired have agreed to serve another year. The action is, does anybody want to make the action motion?
Yep, I'll move to appoint Liliana Narciso Garcia, Karen Long, and Jeff Kokenauer to 3-year terms expiring June 30th, 2028 on the Budget Committee of the North Wasco County School District, and to extend the terms of Jennifer Gunter and Simi Schultz for 1 year, expiring June 30 of 2026.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dave. Then the motion to appoint Liliana Narciso Garcia, Karen Long, Jeff Kokenauer to 3-year terms expiring June 30th, 28 on the Budget Committee of the North Wasco County School District, and to extend the terms of Jennifer Gunter and Simi Schultz 1 year expiring June 30th, 2026. And do we have any discussion? Hearing none, let's approve these appointments. All in favor, say
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously to seat these very brave volunteers on the Budget Committee, and we will look forward to meeting some of them. Thank you. Moving on to action item 2. This is the ESD Budget Committee. So when Director Wynn Elledge resigned, she was serving as one of 2 ESD Budget Committee representatives from our district to the ESD, and the other one is me. And so we need to appoint another person to serve essentially this budget cycle. My understanding, they'll have probably like 1 meeting. We don't know when it is. So I will take volunteer. Oh, going to fight over it? Okay, then you may. Okay.
Chair,
so I
Chair,
have.
if I may, just one clarification. We actually hold 3 spots. So
Do we?
Myself, yourself, and then now.
Well, who knew?
So, yeah.
I'll look forward to seeing you there. Okay, so do we need a motion to accept Dave and all that stuff? Or he volunteered? It's an action item. So we have a volunteer in Director Jones.
Yeah, I'll move to appoint David Jones to complete the term of the vacant position on the ESD Budget Committee through June 30 of 2026.
Awesome. Okay. Do you have a second?
I second.
Thank you, Director Kramer. So we have a motion to appoint board member to complete the term of a vacant position on the ESD budget through committee through 6/30/26. All in favor of Dave's appointment, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Okay, you are unanimously seated. 1 of 3. Action item number 3 is to approve the out-of-state travel request for the Dalles robotics team as requested. Look at this. I've never seen one of these before, and here's a form with some interesting markings on it that I call writing sometimes. And I'm curious if these kids raised the $3,600 for the trip. Is that what that fundraising means? Oh, yeah. Just curious.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of background here. First of all, our robotics teams work all year. And we had 4 teams this year that went through multiple tournaments throughout the year, traveling all over the state of Oregon to compete. We expected our number 1 team, which is seniors, to make it to the Worlds, but one of our other teams did so well, they qualified as well. There's about 90 robotics teams in the state of Oregon, so there's a lot of people competing in all these different tournaments. The state of Oregon is sending 9 teams, and 2 of those are from the Dalles High School. We're the only one, the only school that has more than 1 team going. The competition will take place in St. Louis, Missouri. It's very costly to send teams, of course, because they've got flights and hotels and that kind of stuff. Quite a few of the parents are paying their own way and going along to help. And the cost overall is about $14,000 to send them, all those students with airfare and hotel. The $3,600 is what the school is picking up. It's $1,800 per team for registration. So they're raising all the money for the rest of it.
Okay.
So, yeah. And it's a very incredible STEM and engineering program, and it will be, you can watch it if you want to. We can get out the link to everybody. It'll be cast on the internet. So we're excited.
That's awesome. Well, if you were recommending that, and where does this money come from? The registration?
It's part of our budget.
It's part of your budget.
It's budgeted. They go, usually we have at least one team make it per year.
Yeah.
And we had some extra money because of the advisor stipend we didn't have to pay this year. And so we're going to use part of that to pay the $3,600.
Awesome. So we're within budget. We're just wonderfully moving it to the student experience. That's fantastic. Okay, so we have the form in our minutes. Thanks, Phil, for coming and telling us a background on that. I really appreciate that. So let us consider approving.
I will move to approve the out-of-state travel request for the TDHS robotics team as presented.
You have a second?
I second.
Thank you, Director Kramer. So we have a motion and a second to approve the out-of-state travel request for the Dallas High School robotics team as requested. Do we have any discussion?
I just have a comment. I think it's phenomenal, as Mr. Williams said. I mean, we're sending 2 teams, and now this is, I've lost track of how many years in a row I feel like we've had to make this out-of-state travel thank you, 5. I think it's just remarkable. I just want to say a huge kudos to the parents. I know that this is a very involved group. I see Mr. McAllister's name listed here. I know he's done a huge amount of work on making sure that the kids are prepared, you know, available for the tournaments and everything. I think it just speaks volumes to the parent and community effort to support these kids in this awesome experience and endeavor, and also winning hardware like we have been doing. So a big go Hawks to that. So thank you.
Yay. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Any other comments or discussion? Fantastic. Okay. All in favor of sending, approving the out-of-state travel request for the Dallas High School robotics team as requested, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes unanimously. Fantastic. Best wishes to them. When is the trip?
That's about 4 weeks from now.
Okay, yeah, mid-April. All right, the superintendent report. Dr. Bernal.
Thank you so much. I have a little lengthier report tonight based on the closing of our short session. I know board members, I shared with you in my weekend update what came out of that session, but for members of our audience and the public, I thought I would share what some of the key takeaways were. On March 6th, the presiding officers gavelled out the 2026 legislative session and adjourned. More than 300 bills were filed this short session. The COSA policy and advocacy team tracked 62 bills that could potentially affect students and schools. Given the impact of H.R. 1, state legislative leaders and budget writers were under an immense amount of pressure to develop and pass a rebalanced budget that protects core services, gets the most for every dollar, mitigates uncertainty, and prioritizes funding in key areas. Major issue areas prioritized by legislative leaders included responding to the impacts of H.R. 1 and increased federal immigration enforcement, transportation funding, and balancing the state budget without impacting education and other critical services, all while also trying to navigate a variety of ever-shifting dynamics at the state, federal, and global level. Even with an improved revenue forecast released on February 4th and progress partially disconnecting from the federal tax code, the following takeaways were reinforced for COSA members regarding the budget. Stay vigilant and continue to make a clear and convincing case to center the growing needs of our students and protect all K-12 programs from cuts or reductions in the 25-27 budget. And keep advocating for our students and asking legislators to use the Education Stability Fund to close any K-12 budget holes. We advocated at the Capitol and in our district and school communities. We met with lawmakers, we called them, we emailed them, and we delivered for our students. Key takeaways. The K-12 education budget was protected because of our advocacy. The legislature did not make any major cuts or reductions to K-12 funds that go directly to students, school districts, and ESDs. This includes the State School Fund, all Student Success Act funded programs, and state grant and aid programs. Our collective advocacy helped protect and mitigate cuts to K-12 funding on behalf of our students and our schools. The legislature did not make use of the Education Stability Fund or the state's rainy day fund to balance the budget, despite meeting the economic triggers to access those funds. A few key policy highlights from bills that were passed this session, and these are all pending Governor Kotek's signature. Policies when federal immigration authorities enter public education property. This is House Bill 4079 that passed. This is in response to growing concerns that the federal government may reverse long-held directives not to engage in immigration enforcement actions at public schools. House Bill 4079 was passed into law. The measure requires school districts and institutions of higher education to adopt policies outlining processes for responding to verified ICE actions on campus, including notifications to students, families, staff, and service providers. The bill requires these board policies to be adopted and in place by September 30th, 2026. Ensuring access to public schools for all students. This is Senate Bill 1538 that passed. This bill requires the Oregon Department of Justice to update model policies for public schools that provide best practices for responding to immigration enforcement activities, and requires every school district, education service district, and public charter school to distribute these model policies to their employees when they are updated. There were several educational technical fixes. House Bill 4066 that passed. It's an education omnibus bill that outlines a handful of narrow technical statutory changes. The K-12 education-related fixes include amendments to rules around district equity advisory committees, alignment of language so there is stronger coordination with districts and families to support military students, provides an extension for education service districts in updating their light bulbs to January 2nd, 2030, adds ESD boards to the statute, allowing for board members to receive a stipend of up to $500 per month. Another House Bill 4160, which is cardiac emergency response plans, passed. Requires school districts to update safety plans, train more staff in cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and purchase more automated external defibrillators. Those are the AEDs. The bill will require every public and private school in the state to have an updated cardiac emergency response plan for responding to medical emergencies, and will require all athletic coaches and other key staff to be trained in cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, and the use of AEDs by July 1st, 2027. House Bill 4149, which is the McKinney-Vento Act, that was passed. This bill codifies the current federal law, which conveys key rights for school access and services to students who are experiencing homelessness into Oregon statutes to ensure these protections and rights are enshrined in state law. House Bill 4154, attendance and chronic absenteeism data and reporting, that passed. Using student attendance data submitted by school districts, House Bill 4154 requires the Oregon Department of Education to calculate the total number of students in average daily membership for school districts and public charter schools, the total number of students in average daily membership who are regular attenders, and those who are chronically absent, as well as the percentage of students who are chronically absent after a student has been enrolled in a school district and public charter school for at least 10 days during the reporting period. The bill requires ODE to publish these data 4 times a year. New reporting and data requirements will start in the 26-27 school year. Finally, play-based learning, which is Senate Bill 1596, that passed, and it defines free play, guided play, and play-based learning, and permits the State Board of Education to allow play-based learning to be considered as instructional time for K-5 students. The bill also clarifies that play-based learning does not include participation in PE or recess. What's next? In collaboration with our colleagues at OSBA, we'll be preparing a more detailed 2026 legislative session report covering all the important bills that impact students in schools, and they plan to publish it in April, so we'll share that with everyone once that's available. And looking ahead, we want to also reinforce that there's still a lot of work to do. At our upcoming statewide off-the-record meeting in April in Portland, we will be kicking off our interim work to support our COSA leaders and superintendents in shaping our policy and advocacy agenda going into the 2027 legislative session. That's the legislative report. I do want to celebrate this past week. I was honored to attend and see 2 of our students at TDHS receive the Presidential Scholarship for OSU. This provides them $15,000 per year, up to $60,000 over 4 years for their tuition. It's a pretty prestigious honor, and we are the only school district in Eastern Oregon to have 2 students who received this award this year. Coming up next week, we have another surprise, pretty large scholarship happening. I can't say much about it because it's still secret, but I will share that information once it's made public. We have one more week of school, and then we'll have spring break, and it will give our staff a much-needed reprieve before we return for the sprint to the end, which will go very fast. There's going to be a lot of different activities happening in our schools and across the district during the months of April, May, and June, including state testing, celebrations, performances, and culminating events as many of our students transition from one grade to the next or into the next phase of their lives. So I'm wishing all of our employees a well-deserved break. And finally, I want to say thank you and give recognition to Miss Lariah, our student representative to the board representing Innovations Academy and Innovations Academy Virtual. This will be her last meeting with us as she will be relocating to the beautiful city of Eugene with her mom. But we have really enjoyed having you with us, Lariah. You've been a bright light and a great voice for innovations, and we have a little something that we want to give you to say thank you.
Thank you guys so much. It's truly been an amazing opportunity to be on the board. Even as a sophomore, it's been an amazing opportunity, and I just don't know what to say. Thank you so much for letting me be on the board, and it's been nice knowing everyone. And I just want to thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Lorraine.
It's truly been an opportunity.
Eugene is lucky to get you.
Thank you.
So, and we are reluctant to let you go. And I'm glad you're a sophomore, so you're making a transition before like a senior year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll miss you. Come back. You've done an excellent job.
Thank you.
And yeah, you have a lot of talent and gifts. And so I think I wish you well. Thank you very much. Okay, I guess, yeah, kind of sad. Thank you for the superintendent's report. Dan, would you like to please give us the chief financial officer's report?
Yeah, I kind of want to start with enrollment because now I know why we're losing at least one student. But I'll start with financials. Overall revenue is tracking well. Looking on this report, you'll see a few items that are kind of interesting. They have very low percentage values. If you look at the vocational education fund, the bus replacement fund, and the bus purchase fund, going through this budgeting process for the first time, one of the things that I'm learning is that you often put things in the budget on a contingent basis. So if we wanted to buy a bus, then it would already be in our budget, so we would be able to do it. We don't know whether or not we're going to buy a bus. That might be something for next board meeting. In any case, those are in there on a contingent basis, and we may or may not use that. Expenditures are also tracking well. It looks like we're on track to underspend our budget for the year. If that happens, we'll be able to end the fiscal year in a stronger position than we started, which is what I've been hoping for and working for. Want to direct your attention to the bottom of the second page of the expenditure report. Last time I talked to you about the increase in payroll costs, so I wanted to put last month's number on here as well, the percentage including encumbrances, and you'll see that jumped 2% from the prior period to this period as far as what we are on track to spend, and that is consistent with the increased payroll. So far, we haven't had to dip into our contingency fund. Closer we get to the end of the year, the more optimistic I am that we will get through the year without needing to do so, and I'm happy about that as well. Moving on to the balance sheet, again, I'll direct your attention to the final column, the district totals. You'll see that the value, if you look in the cash and investments, we're down about $2 million from where we were last month. That is consistent with the payment of retroactive pay to all staff. We continue to be in a pretty strong cash position. Those funds will continue to be drawn down every month since our monthly payroll exceeds what we get from the state school fund, which is going to be the majority of our revenue for the remainder of the year. Questions on financials?
So looking at some numbers on the expenses, there's a lot of different funds here to track. They all have a capital or a support services associated with them, which is curious. You know, capital seems to be buildings and stuff, but so like if you had a federal program fund, what would a capital outlay be for a federal program fund?
So if you're looking, you're looking at the 210 federal program fund. So that particular item, that's another contingent item. So that $500,000 is an EPA grant that was intended to be used for the Chenoweth Middle School. When that happened, we had a partnership with the ESD, and there was a plan to build an early childhood learning center there.
Yeah, right.
That was contingent on the ESD receiving $20 million in funding from the federal government.
Right.
And that funding was withdrawn almost immediately as soon as the new administration came in.
Okay, so we got.
So we are working with the EPA and an engineering firm. We're doing our best. We're going to see if we can use those funds for the purpose they were intended. It's a brownfields grant, so it's intended to do asbestos abatement and such. So we're going to try to do that. The challenge is the funds are specifically for abatement. So if you abate the materials that are in the roof and you don't have the funds to rebuild the roof, then you no longer have a functional building. So we're working on using those funds responsibly and keeping the building intact.
Okay, so that number will just get that's a grant, so it's going to kind of sit around in the budget.
Correct. It rolls over. We're working on using it. We have another year or more to use it.
Very good. Okay. And I may have asked this before under local grants, enterprise and community services. Did we have something unexpected? We had a budget of 1,000 and it's at 16.
Yeah, that was the responsive classroom training.
Okay, we moved some money around, I think, for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually, next board meeting, I'm going to bring a supplemental budget to correct that.
Okay.
So that
great.
It'll still be there on the next set of financials, but then it'll be corrected and we won't see that number anymore.
Okay, and then under 303, maybe I don't understand how this works, but OSBA PERS bonds, we have a budget of $2 million plus, and we haven't done any expenditures. Is that like a one-timer sometime? I mean, what happens to that?
So that's our side account. Are you looking at the revenue status?
Yeah, or the budget, and there's 0 year-to-date expenditures. But maybe it's just kind of a funny thing. It's 303, debt and service fund transfers, unappropriate. Maybe it's just not.
Yeah, so that's our side account. So those monies are basically subtracted from our state school fund payments, and then at the end of the year, they'll be paid out of a separate fund.
A one-time. They're kind of a one-time event.
Right.
Okay, there we go. Awesome.
A lot of the debt payments we do, there's only 1 or 2 payments a year. It's not like a mortgage or something like that.
Awesome. And then what's your forecast on the need to do another TAN loan at the end of the year?
That's in the process. I've submitted our cash flow worksheet to Piper Sandler. And that cash flow sheet, they send it over to tax council. So it's in the underwriting process. I'm going to do my best to make sure we get that. They're offering us, I think, $2.2 million. I don't think we'll need that much. It was similar last year. They offered us, I think, 2.1. We took just under 1.8, and we'll do the same this year.
Is the hope to kind of wean off the TAN approach?
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay.
It's a challenging environment, though. I mean, so our side account is expiring. That helps keep our PERS rates down a little bit. So once that goes away, our PERS rates will increase. We are also looking into the possibility of getting another side account, but right now the conditions aren't terribly favorable for that. Between the interest rate and the stock market, depending on who you talk to, might be overvalued. So about the worst thing you could do is get one of those TANS notes right before the stock market takes a dive, because you may never recover from it and you can end up in the hole. So it's a risk to take on a side account.
Okay.
We're keeping our options open on that.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the discussion. Yeah. Do you want to finish with attendance, or does anybody else have questions about the numbers? We're good? Okay, go on.
Okay, on to enrollment. Another slight dip in enrollment in February, down 9 kids. And if past patterns hold, we will continue to decline slightly for the rest of the year. Over the last years, we've ended the year with about 40 fewer students in June than in March. So that's likely what we're going to see again this year. We'll probably end up with about 2,750 in June. And one of the main drivers of that is seniors who graduate early. And valued students who relocate to Eugene.
What? Oh, dragging us down. Okay, good to know. Okay, so are we any kind of threat from reducing what the state gives us for enrollment? Not yet. Okay, very good then. Thank you, sir. All right, back to our agenda. Okay. Yay, the board attorney. Do you have anything to report, Mr. Corey?
I actually do tonight.
What?
Woo! For those of you that are board members in the last year,
hold your mic up, hon.
we have a ongoing lease arrangement with individuals that run livestock on the property up in Columbia View Heights, and the board has chosen to do that for about the last decade, as it eliminates the cost to the school district for knocking down the foliage up there, and that rolls around for renewal each year. The renters are aware that the board has the option of selling that property, and the lease allows us to terminate the lease as to that portion of the property if the district ever does liquidate part of that property. So I'm coming to you tonight, just get your consensus on being able to send out that annual renewal to the tenants, assuming that I get it back from them in April, or assuming I get it back, I'll bring it to the board meeting in April. The lease runs from May 1 to April 30th each year. So if I have that consensus, I'll go ahead and send it out to the tenants. And
We love livestock, so yes.
okay.
Yeah. How many acres are they? Is it just cattle?
It's the whole
100 acres
up there.
100 acres, okay.
And so if I'm understanding correct, we'll have a clause in there for being able to terminate for convenience should we sell off the 60 acres?
We do.
Okay.
It's already in there, and it'll be in this one. Yeah.
Thank you for informing us, and we'll look forward to, I guess, approving it when we see it later.
So it'll just need your signature as the board chair next board meeting.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you very much. Wow. Okay. Do we have any comments from the audience on non-agenda items? I don't think we have any sign-ups. Great. Then the last part of the agenda tonight is informational only. If you see in the agenda, there's a board action calendar. I would just point out a couple items between March and April, and that is that the board's involved in this annual superintendent review. And so we were doing some of that before, and we're going to do it some more later at the April meeting when then we'll make it public. And so we're doing that work. And we did an OSBA targeted survey this year, and so that was cool to get input from stakeholders in the community and within the schools, and that informed the evaluation as well. We have a Zone 2 vacancy, so the application time period is open until March 27th at 4 p.m. And so taking applications for that. Do we have a report on how many we have?
So far, we have received 2 applications.
Awesome, okay. So then I believe that once that closes, then in April, you guys would just certify the applicants as eligible, and then at the April meeting, we get to interview them and immediately seat. Very good. Okay. So, and I saw in your report that you are working on the school calendar for next year, so we'll see that in April as well. Lovely. So then, if any board members have any reports, I do not have one. Director Pauline's not with us. Director Appreciado, Jones, Kelly, Kramer, anybody want to add anything or share with each other about anything that you want us to mutually know?
Yep, just a quick comment. So Scholarship Committee, we've got a meeting set up for Wednesday of next week, so more to come on just that and getting ready for Scholarship Night that's coming up. And then legislatively, Dr. Bernal summed most of it up. The only thing I would add, one of the things, and I think this is one of the topics that we always kind of hear out in the community, but so one of the other things that happened this legislative session is that they are taking education dollars for the Bay Area Hospital in Coos Bay. So the Common School Fund will end up losing $22 million over the next couple decades. So, I mean, that's one of the things, I hear in the community where like, well, we have lottery dollars. Well, we have, all these, and, the intent always starts with education, and we're now seeing again, like, the legislature making use of funds that have been allocated directly for education for another cause.
They took transportation, earmarked transportation dollars for students, moved it into the ODOT budget as well. So I think noted.
It's something for us just to keep in mind, especially as we head into the long session next year, trying to advocate to prevent education dollars being utilized for other services.
Yeah, I saw that. They did three different events on that. Bad precedents.
Yeah, and that's all I've got.
Anybody else? Then, folks, guess